to what we don't have, but we don't really know that.
Right.
Joyce Meyer's story began in St. Louis, Missouri, where she was born as Pauline Joyce Hutchison on June 4th, 1943. Her early life was marked by deep pain and trauma that shaped her future faith and ministry. Behind the facade of a normal home, Joyce endured years of sexual abuse from her father after he returned from World War II. This horrific experience left her struggling with shame, anger, and a sense of unworthiness that followed her into adulthood. Though her family attended church, she found it hard to believe in a loving God when her life felt so broken. As she grew older, she developed a tough, outspoken personality, a defense mechanism that later became a signature part of her preaching style. These difficult beginnings laid the emotional and spiritual foundation for the woman who would one day teach millions about healing and forgiveness. A turning point. Joyce's encounter with God. In the midst of her pain, Joyce experienced a life-changing encounter with God while driving to work. A moment she describes as the turning point of her life. For the first time, she felt an overwhelming sense of peace and divine presence. This encounter ignited a hunger within her to study the Bible and understand God's purpose for her life. It didn't erase her pain overnight, but it began to heal the wounds she carried for so long. She started reading Scripture daily, praying more deeply, and reflecting on forgiveness, something she had long resisted. Gradually, she began to see that her suffering could become a testimony of God's grace. Joyce's transformation wasn't dramatic at first, but her faith grew stronger each day. This new spiritual fire set her on the path to teaching others, helping them find hope through the same faith that had saved her. Entering ministry and early teaching. By 1976, Joyce's spiritual passion led her to take a bold step. She began leading small Bible study classes in her home. What started as a humble gathering quickly grew as people were drawn to her down-to-earth approach and relatable insights. Joyce's ability to connect biblical teachings with real-life struggles made her unique. She didn't just preach, she spoke from experience, sharing how God had transformed her pain into purpose. Her influence grew rapidly, leading her to teach at a local church in St. Louis. Soon, she became known as a gifted communicator who could explain complex spiritual truths in simple, practical ways. Her early ministry years were about growth, learning, and discovering her voice as a preacher. Though she still faced self-doubt, her faith in God's calling strengthened. These early Bible studies would eventually become the foundation of a global ministry that touched millions. The birth of Joyce Meyer Ministries. In 1985, Joyce took a leap of faith and left her position at Life Christian Center to start her own independent teaching ministry. It was a risky move. She had little financial support and no guarantee of success. But she trusted God's direction and launched her first radio program, Enjoying Everyday Life, which aired on a small St. Louis station. Her relatable, straightforward teaching style resonated deeply with listeners who longed for practical faith guidance. Though the early days were challenging, the response grew steadily. People began to tune in from across the region, drawn to her honesty, humor, and hope-filled messages. What began as a local outreach soon expanded into a national broadcast, laying the foundation for Joyce Meyer Ministries. Her vision was simple yet powerful, to help people experience God's love in everyday life. That vision continues to guide her ministry decades later. National expansion and global recognition. By the 1990s, Joyce Meyer's ministry had grown far beyond its small beginnings. Her radio program evolved into a daily television show, Enjoying Everyday Life, broadcast across the United States. Millions of viewers tuned in to hear her empowering messages about overcoming fear, rejection, and emotional pain through faith. Joyce also began hosting large conferences, drawing thousands of attendees who were inspired by her raw honesty and humor. Her books, such as Battlefield of the Mind, became bestsellers, offering readers tools to change negative thought patterns and find inner peace. This decade marked the transformation of Joyce from a local teacher to a national spiritual leader. Her ability to combine practical life lessons with biblical truth made her a household name. She wasn't just preaching religion. She was teaching people how to live joyfully and purposefully in their daily lives. The peak of influence and humanitarian impact. In the early 2000s, Joyce Meyer Ministries reached new heights. Her books sold millions of copies worldwide, and Time magazine recognized her as one of the most influential evangelical leaders in America. She launched Hand of Hope, the humanitarian arm of her ministry, focusing on global relief efforts, feeding the hungry, providing clean water, and supporting victims of natural disasters. Her women's conferences became major events, empowering women to heal and embrace their faith. Despite her financial success, Joyce emphasized generosity and service, using her platform to uplift others. Her teachings on faith and personal transformation reached audiences in more than 60 countries through television, radio, and online programs. During this time, she solidified her legacy as a teacher, author, and humanitarian who sought to bring hope to people worldwide. Controversies, criticism, and financial scrutiny. As her ministry grew, so did public scrutiny. In the mid-2000s, Joyce Meyer Ministries came under investigation over financial practices and accusations of excessive spending. Reports surfaced about luxury homes, expensive cars, and a private jet owned by the ministry. Critics argued that such extravagance conflicted with the humility and stewardship expected of Christian leaders. These controversies sparked nationwide debates about the prosperity gospel, the idea that faith leads to wealth and success. Joyce responded by increasing transparency, reducing her personal salary, and implementing stricter financial oversight. Though she denied wrongdoing, the scrutiny damaged her public image. Many supporters stood by her, while others distanced themselves. The experience forced the ministry to reevaluate its priorities and reaffirm its mission of service over status. This chapter served as a sobering reminder that spiritual leadership comes with immense responsibility and public accountability. Legal challenges and organizational reforms. In 2011, Joyce Meyer Ministries faced a wrongful death lawsuit involving a former employee, drawing further media attention. Though the ministry was ultimately cleared of legal responsibility in 2013, the case raised questions about internal policies and employee oversight. Determined to prevent similar issues, Joyce Meyer Ministries introduced stricter hiring procedures, background checks, and workplace safety measures. These reforms reflected a renewed commitment to ethical leadership and accountability. The ministry's handling of the situation demonstrated resilience in the face of adversity, showing that even large organizations must constantly adapt and improve. Despite the challenges, Joyce's message of faith, forgiveness, and perseverance continued to resonate with audiences worldwide. The legal controversy became not just a test of her organization's integrity, but also a testament to her commitment to learning, evolving, and leading with greater care. Family, leadership, and nepotism concerns. Joyce's family has played a central role in her ministry, both a source of strength and controversy. Her husband, Dave Meyer, has been her steadfast partner since 1967, offering spiritual and operational support throughout their journey. Their children, particularly Daniel Meyer, have taken on leadership roles within the organization. While this family involvement created stability, it also drew accusations of nepotism and favoritism. Critics questioned whether leadership positions were awarded based on merit or family ties. Joyce defended her family's commitment, emphasizing their shared dedication to serving God and the ministry's mission. Despite the criticism, the Meyer family remains deeply involved in both day-to-day operations and long-term vision. Their unity has helped sustain the ministry through public and personal trials. However, the debate over family-led leadership in faith-based organizations continues to spark broader discussions about transparency, accountability, and ethics in modern ministry. Faith, reflection, and lessons learned. Through all the triumphs and controversies, Joyce Meyer's journey has been one of growth and humility. In later years, she publicly acknowledged past mistakes, including statements about faith and suffering that were perceived as harsh or insensitive. She clarified that faith does not guarantee a life free from hardship, a message of compassion that resonated deeply with followers. Joyce also faced personal health challenges, which at times affected her travel and speaking schedule, reminding her of human vulnerability. Despite these struggles, she continued preaching, writing, and encouraging others to trust God through their pain. Her transparency and resilience have earned her renewed respect among many who see her as an example of perseverance and redemption. Joyce's story illustrates that spiritual leaders, like everyone else, are shaped by their trials, and that faith is not about perfection, but about continual growth and surrender. Legacy and reflection. Joyce Meyer's life and ministry embody a powerful mix of triumph and controversy. From a broken childhood to global influence, her story is one of faith tested and restored. She turned trauma into testimony, built one of the world's largest Christian ministries, and helped millions find healing through faith. Yet, her legacy is complex, marked by financial scrutiny, public criticism, and theological debate. Whether admired or questioned, Joyce Meyer's impact is undeniable. She has challenged traditional boundaries of ministry, bringing practical Christianity into homes around the world. Her teachings on forgiveness, mindset, and faith continue to inspire those facing life's hardest battles. Ultimately, Joyce Meyer's journey serves as a testament to God's ability to transform pain into purpose, and a reminder that even imperfect vessels can carry messages of hope to the world.